Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh,
Barakatah Yahweh,
Barakatah Yahweh Shah,
Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh,
Barakatah Yahweh Shah,
Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah.
I want to check the volume real quick, Salakia. We're going to get into this William Casey quote. Now that I know that the volume worked in my last video, I didn't have no volume. I don't know if it's the devil being tricky. Now, this William Casey, let me load my screen up. I better can see what's going on. Okay. Now it says, first of all, I want to give all praise to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rikakadash. Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shai being the name of his only begotten Son, who they ignorantly called Jesus Christ. Shalom, shalom, brethren. I'm going to get into this William Casey's quote to see how these red dragons is operating. Now it says in his quote, he says, "Well, we'll know our disinformation program is complete when everything the American public believes is false." Now this goes along with the situation in Revelation chapter 12, where it says they deceived the whole world. Because first of all, let me get Revelations real quick. And I'm gonna pull my Bible up on my phone because I'm still trying to maneuver this StreamYard. It says here in Revelation 17 and 18, it says, "The woman which thou sawest is that great city which reigneth over the kings of the earth." So this American CIA, see the CIA, the FBI is for the United States. It deals with the federal United States, the Federation of the United States. See, and the CIA is dealing with overseas and all the other people. You see, so it ain't just the American public he focusing on, because also this a melting pot. New York City got all nations up in there. So all the people is listening to Hollywood. See, they listening to the American media, Fox News. See, to get their media. The people in the UK be knowing exactly what's going on over here in America, man. They talking like they freaking Americans. They bringing up issues over here like they ain't got no issues over there. So they keep close and pay close attention to what's going on over here in America. This is why when they had an argument in the White House with the Ukrainian president, you had the people in the other countries saying, "Oh man, we can't trust America, man. We can't depend on them." See, they'll boast and brag in your face and tell you they helping you. You know, they'll say, "Hey man, you depend on us. What you acting all high mighty and you need our help? You're losing the war." See, we can't trust these people. They paying close attention, and they trying to click up and unite with Russia, man. They're gonna unite with the highest power over there that's gonna protect them. And that's going to that's showing you that Russia is Gog and Magog. Let me get that real quick. The Lord prophesied all of this stuff through the prophets, through the Israelites, not through the Moabites or the Edomites. See, he used the Israelites to prophesy. And he ain't changed. Malachi 3 and 6, he did not change. But this is Ezekiel 38. And it's the identical verse of Ezekiel 35 that's talking strictly about the Edomites. And 35 is not far away from 38. And Ezekiel wasn't writing no 35, 36, 37. He wasn't doing none of that. He was talking about the Edomites and them having an everlasting hatred on the Israelites. And he went to the next chapter and showed how they're going to steal the homeland in 1948. Okay. And then he goes into the awakening of the Israelites in 37. And then in 38, he go back to talking about these Edomites in World War III. And he says in verse 2 of this is Ezekiel 38 and 2, it says, Son of man, set your face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against him. And say, Thus says the Lord God, Behold, I am against you, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshach, okay, and Tubal. So when we jump down to verse 7, just to get the context that this is Gog and Magog. Now he says, verse 7, Be thou prepared and prepare thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. So Russia is going to be a guard for all of these other countries over there. And the beast that was being controlled by the whore, which is America. See, all of these Edomites and their militaries going to be led by Russia. See, Russia is going to be the leader of all the Edomites, and they're going to be coming against this whore, Babylon the Great America. And so Casey is pretty much showing how these people are telling a bunch of lies, man. And this is going into what King David was saying about these Edomites. There's a bunch of liars, and everything they do is to confuse you and tell you a bunch of lies. But let's get that revelation. I was going into Revelation 12, and I want to get the context because that beast in Revelation is reigning over the kings of the earth. That's what America is. But what was this beast going to be doing? And the beast and the dragon, they're the same thing. That's why in 13, it tells you they're the same thing and who can war with them, because they got all the militaries. They got the rulership of the earth through their militaries. That's Genesis 27 and 40, where it says they're going to live by the sword and conquer and have rulership with that sword. And in Revelation 6 and 4, says that they was given a great sword, a great military. Now, this is Revelation 12 and 9 to show what that beast was going to be doing, what this coalition of Edomites was going to be doing. It says, and the great dragon was cast out. And in verse 3, that was a red dragon, just like in Revelation 17 and I think 13, they call it a scarlet colored beast. It's a red beast, meaning it's an Edomite operation, a coalition. Now, verse 9 in Revelation chapter 12, it says, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan. Now, this is going back into many places. You can take it back to Genesis with the I would say the adversarial spirit or the evil nations that was trying to hate on the nation of Adam. Okay, because this is what that garden was all about. The holy seed was the nation of Adam, and all of these other great nations was jealous and envious of him, according to Ezekiel 31. So you got to go precept upon precept, which these people don't do. And Ezekiel 31, it pretty much shows how the other nations was that serpent, and they was the adversary. That's what goes into the next. It say called the devil. Devil means the deceiver, somebody that's gonna lie to you behind. It says, and Satan, the adversary. In Hebrew, that's is adversary means Satan. So when you sit talking about your adversary, you say that's Satan. See, people don't know the languages, and this is why they sit around and believe in some fairy tale. Any adversary is Satan. You see, anybody that's adversary or contrary to what you talking about or doing, they Satan. Okay, and this is what the red dragon was to the nation of Israel, Jacob and Esau. Esau was adversary to Jacob. Jacob is even adversary to Esau. They are both Satan against each other. Okay, it says, which deceive the whole world. See, this is what these people do. They deceiving the whole world because everybody listening to them. And a perfect example of it, and let me see if I can pull this up. And in the 1865, when they so-called let the Israelites off the plantation, and I don't got this pulled up, so I got to pull it up first. Okay, let's get this. 1865. Um, let's see. See, they went over there to Moab, and they went to pushing their churches. 7 churches of Asia were mentioned in. Oh, see. Let me see if I can go into that history and find how these people went over there in 1865 and went to pushing their Christianity. It say they got something on here. It say Hudson Taylor, the founder of the China Inland Mission, OMF International, may have entered China's province in 1865. Okay, so they was over there pushing this crap in 1865. Some Edomite missionary called Hudson Taylor. So it got him pinpointed. See, they over there pushing a Christian operation. See, and then in 1883 they started making all these Bibles, remixing the Bible pretty much, calling the Revised Version. But let me see if I can pull that up. Put that on the screen. Salakia. Okay. All right, here it is. Okay, which one is it? See this guy named Hudson Taylor. They over there in China pushing this in 1865, pushing their Christian dogma. So they worldwide spreading their lies all over the place. And let me see what's on the screen. I'm gonna pull up these King David verses, man, because these people spread their lies worldwide. This is not just America or the so-called European countries. They all the way in Asia pushing their Christianity mess. Let's see here. Let's remove that. and add this Bible real quick. Okay. All right. Now let's get it. Um, so let me get that Psalms. The Psalms, he was going in on these Edomites because he experienced them telling all kind of amazing lies, man, trying to set him up. He on the run now. King David on the run. Let me see if this thing on the screen. No, I got to put it on the stage. Salakia. I'm trying to maneuver this thing. So he on the run, running from the King Saul. And King Saul, see, he got these Edomites in his arm, in his little military, and they trying to set King David up, man. Now this is in Psalms. See how it look. Okay, I put the wrong one up. Salakia. Let's see here. Let me put this Psalms up here. Yeah, he got the Edomites holding his army down and chasing King David. So King David in verse 1, he says, Psalm of David, when Doeg the Edomite came and told Saul and said unto him, David is come to the house of Ahimelech. Why boastest thou thyself in mischief, O mighty man? The goodness of God endureth continuously. So he boasting pretty much because he telling Saul a lie, and he's saying, oh, this lie finna get you, we gonna get you killed, David, pretty much. Now it says in verse 2, it says, thou tongue devises mischief like a sharp razor working deceitfully. See, he done told Saul, hey man, David, we seen him in the temple. Now this is another thing. What the Edomite doing up in there? But Saul was a king, so he probably breaking all kind of rules. It says he saw David in the temple. And he in there getting the showbread from the priest. So he telling Saul, man, they I seen him in the temple and they up there conspiring against you. Because he supposed to be on the run now. So it says in verse 3, thou lovest evil more than good and lying rather than to speak righteousness. See, they love telling a lie. That's why they like this psychology. See, and they go into that psychology and go to running their mouth like what's the guy? Oh man, what's this guy name? I just was listening to his writings and he just going in circles, man. He acting like he was pretty much the father of psychoanalytics. So he finna analyze your mind or analyze anybody's mind. See, and man, it'll pop up after a while. But yeah, he just going in circles, man. He don't know what he talking about. And then he going against the so-called Christians. He running his mouth. Oh, the Christians say this and the Christians say that. And he was talking about guilt when somebody do something. He said somebody killed their father, so he trying to analyze their mind and all of this. So when the mind thought about the situation, it went with the ego, and the ego expressed itself and did what it needed to do. But then the guilt came up and all of this. Like, man, shut up! You was talking about nothing, and he using all these big words trying to make it seem like he got some knowledge. And they running their mouth telling a lie. Now, this is Psalm 52 and 4. It say, you love all the violent words, O deceitful tongue. God shall likewise destroy you forever. he shall take you away and pluck you out of the dwelling place, out of your dwelling place, and root you out of the land of the living. See, and this is what they know. They go back to Esau, and this is the declaration that was given to these against these Edomites. Let me go to some. Hold on. Before I do that, let me look at this. See, Salakia, man. Meant to put that on the screen. All right, let me go back. I'm gonna go to Psalms 58, because he kept going in on these Edomites. And this goes into that serpent too in Revelation 12. I'm going to start with verse 3. It says, the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born. Okay? As soon as they be born, they go astray. It says, their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the death adder that stoppeth the ear. See, they're not going to listen to reason. You can't reason. And these folks, they're debating and trying to reason with these Edomites. You can't reason with these people, man. That's why they know how to lie. It's a supreme gaslighting operation. All I got to do is keep gaslighting you. No, we could talk about the sky, man. Something simple and clear. No, the sky is really red. No, it's blue, man. I'm looking right at it. What you talking about? No, it's red. I'm telling you, you got to look at the science of it, and your eyelids and your eyelash, they're going to go into all kind of crap to try to gaslight you, man. And that's why they used to have the statement called, I'm white and I'm right. See, because it don't matter the truth. See, the truth don't matter. See, it's all about me. See, and I'm going to keep directing you to what I think and what I believe and what I'm saying. Forget what you talking about. See, they are straight up death adder. Let me go into that Psalms 55. Just backtrack a little bit. And this is why when they came here to the Native American, this is exactly what they was doing. See, they running while you trying to be honest and you trying to keep it real, like the Negroes say, we gonna keep it real. That ain't Esau, man. He is not trying to do none of that. He gonna act like he keeping it real. He gonna act like he doing all this. And this is what Negroes just can't wrap their mind around. This is Psalm 55 and 20. It says, he put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He have broken his covenant. The words of his mouth are smoother than butter, but what was in his heart. So he telling you all kind of stuff, trying to make a covenant with you, man. Promising you everything. Yeah, man, this is the greatest thing moving. This is gonna help you this way, help you that way, or we gonna leave you alone. We gonna let you do your thing on the land, like we make these treaties with the Indians. We gonna let you do your thing on the land. We not gonna bother you. You be in your land, and we gonna come over here and do our thing over the other side. Next thing you know, they raiding the land and kicking them behind off, or make a law and say, you know what, we can't go along with that deal. We're going to need you to do something else. And we got the military backing us up. That's why I say, but war was in his heart. He know he got that military. Once he established his military, he can forget about a treaty. It said his words were softer than oil, yet they was drawn swords. It's all about his war, the war and the swords. It's all about his military. That's why when you go into Revelation, I think I quoted it, but let me get it. When you go into Revelation 13, this is what gives this man the rulership. And I quoted Genesis 27 and 40 and Revelation 6 and 4 about that sword. He was promised to live with this sword. But it says in it's Revelation 13 and 4, it says, and they worshiped the dragon which gave power unto the beast. And they worshiped the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast? who was able to make war with him. See, you're not gonna make war with America, with Russia, with these European countries. It's not gonna happen. And they all teamed up together. See, they're not like a bunch of Negroes uh trying to hate on each other. See, they ready to click up. We gonna work together, get together, Billy, and we're gonna outdo everybody. See, Johnny, we gotta put our forces together. See, we put our forces together, and then we can overtake the world. See, they trying to conquer at all times. They trying to win. See, a Negro, he just want to win for himself. They don't put this selfishness in his head. See, and they get it from the women. See, that's a woman. That's a woman mindset. Now, let's go into it's another one talking about this war. Um, Which one is it? I'm thinking Revelation, but second. Oh, I don't got my apocrypha on here. That's what I really wanted. But let's go into Isaiah 34. That talks about what is the Lord gonna have to come deal with. See, he focusing on their weapon. He's not focusing on what the lies that they running their mouth. He gonna get that too now. But here in Isaiah 34, it says God's wrath against the nation. And when he bring wrath, he gonna focus on one thing. The first thing he focusing on. Here in verse 2, it says, for the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. And what's going on with the armies? Just like Revelation 17 and 18, it said he reigneth over the kings of the earth. See, they depend on him for the military and the weapons that they get. See, a lot of the production has been done in Babylon and Great America and Russia. These two powers of the Edomites, this is where all the weapons coming from. And these people is being colonized. And the Edomites love to try to throw power off on the China. China really is the one that got all the power. And they done colonized the people. 1997, they gonna give 50% of the ownership back to them. So you just expose yourself. But the Lord said he gonna destroy their armies. He have utterly destroyed them. He have delivered them to the slaughter. And who is he talking about? When you go down to verse 5, he's telling you who got all the armies of the world. They say, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment. See, this is the people that he coming for, and they the one got all the armies. He not coming for no Negroes in the project. They don't got no army. Their gang can't even do nothing. They around here hanging, the gang affiliated with the freaking Freemasons and these fraternities. That's all it is. It's just another fraternity. Now, I want to get that in Ezekiel. Where is it? Idumea. Now, here it's talking about Mount Seir. It's calling the Edomites Mount Seir in Ezekiel 35. And it shows you who is these, who is Mount Seir, and it shows you who is the Idumeans. In 35:15, it says, as thou did rejoice at the inheritance of the house of Israel, because it was desolate, so will I do unto thee. Thou shalt be desolate, O Mount Seir, and all Idumea, even all of it, and they shall know that I am the Lord. And why you put even all of it? See, because you always got some Negro trying to say massa. Even all of it, all of these jokers, man, They not gonna get no pass. See, every last Israelite is catching it. See, he got to sell his soul to get something. He ain't gonna get nothing for free. It ain't gonna just fall into his lap. Now, it says Idumea. Let's get this Genesis to see who is Mount Seir. See, equating Mount Seir with Idumea. Okay, so let's see who is this Idumea. When you go into Genesis 36, tells you who is this Mount Seir. Verse 8. It says, "Thus dwell Esau in Mount Seir." Esau is Edom. It says, and these are the, verse 9, these are the generations of Esau, the father of the Edomites in Mount Seir. See, this is who is talking about. Okay, let me go. I'm thinking in 36, in Ezekiel 36. Salaki, not Ezra. Where is this thing at? Ezekiel 36. It said something else about these Idumeans. 36 and yeah, and 5. It says, "Therefore, thus says the Lord God: Surely in my fire, surely in the fire of my jealousy, have I spoken against the residue of the heathen and against all Idumea." See, all of these people is gonna get it, man. They trying to dodge the operation. Say, which have appointed my land into their possession with the joy of all their heart, with the spiteful minds to cast it out for a prey. See, they don't want to put this the nation of Israel in their possession in 1948, and they've been pretty much having control of the place since the 1400s. And let me get chapter 7. It talks about this Idumea, but it calls them what King David said. He say the wicked. He say the wicked are estranged from the womb. Now Ezekiel, he uses the same terminology when he talking about these people. See, the Idumeans is the one that took over the land. So here in verse 21, Ezekiel chapter 7, it says, "And I will give it into the hands of the strangers for a prey, and to the wicked of the earth for a spoil, and they shall pollute it." Okay, so this is the wicked of the earth. These Edomites, these Idumeans, was gonna go over there and take that land. They was gonna be in possession of it. They took it in 70 AD, and the major fulfillment is when they went over there in 1948, and they've been creeping up on that land. They made the whatever that declaration in like 1918 or some crap. And then they finally went over there and got it in 48. So they've been planning on getting it. Now this is verse 20. So like verse 20 4, it says, wherefore I will bring the worst of the heathen, and they shall possess their houses. So this is who these Edomites is. They the worst of the heathen. And they gonna tell you the greatest lies, man. This man they had the nerve to come out their mouth and say what they said. Let me go back to Casey now. Um, let's see here. Let me go back to Casey. William Casey. He exposed these jokers. Now the story about William Casey, what we at 35 minutes. Yeah, the story about this joker, man, he the one tried to expose the people. And I think like right before he was supposed to go to court and expose they behind, they caught the man, or I don't know what they did, but the man, they found the man in a canoe or some rafter. And so when they caught the man, they put him in the rafter, talking about this 70, 80-year old man trying to kayak or some crap at 12 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night. So why would this man go and try to hang out at that late at night? He's 70, 80 years old. And he end up, the boat flipped over and he drowned. So he brave enough to go out there in that water and can't swim. Now, in a parabolic type of way, he was brave enough to go out in that water, knowing that these Edomites are killers behind, man. Knowing that you sitting around uh going against the CIA, you know they done told all kind of lies and they ready to take your head off. See, if you a whistleblower or anybody that's trying to expose they behind, you go around and you say, "Oh, I'm gonna go to court and testify against these my fellow American liars." See, I'm gonna testify against these my fellow American liars, and I'm gonna tell how they is lying to the people. They got a major plan on. They gonna keep telling these lies until these lies is the greatest thing moving. See, these lies is the greatest thing that's ever been told. And see, a lot of them know what's going on because they gonna tell you uh all kind of stuff about what's going on, just like with these so-called UFOs that they seeing. Oh, it's just some orbs. Um, and these orbs, we don't know where they come from. We don't know nothing about them, and it's no big deal. We've been told about them and all this kind of stuff. See, they know way more than what they think they know, but they'll never tell you. And they was forced to come out and tell people what these orbs were. They was seeing them. See, at first they'll just say, "Oh, it's just a phenomenon, some kind of what do you call it, uh, UFO or some name they put on it. It's a phenomenon," but they know more than what they telling people. And William Casey, he say, "Man, these people got a program so power. See, they got the MK Ultra. They got hypnosis, and these people that got know how to do mind control, psychologists and what you call it, all kind of people, psychoanalysts that know how to control your mind." What was the guy? Eric Benet and his uncle or daddy, I forget his name. Is Eric Benet and another the other dude. What was this guy's name? But he was with the propaganda, and I could pull him up to see who he was related to. Um, Dude named Eric Benet, because he came up with the propaganda and was telling these people how to trick people's mind. And he writing books trying to make it understandable for the average person. Eric Bernays, okay. Um uh, he was one of these small hats. That's his family member name. Sigmund Freud. Let me pull this up on the screen, boy, because this is some powerful stuff right here. And this how these people get down, man. So, Lockie, let me pull this up on the screen. Remove that. Okay. Share that. Mm, okay. Let's get this Eric Benet real quick. This dude, too power. It says Eric Benet. Let's blow it up some. Eric Bernays was born in Vienna to a Jewish family. Okay, his mother Anna was Sigmund Freud's sister. Okay, so yeah, so his mother was Sigmund Freud's sister, so that's his uncle. Yep, that was his uncle. So Sigmund Freud was a major what you call it a a, a psychoanalyst. So he analyzing your psyche, and he running all kind of experiments and studies and writing thick books, speaking with all kind of big words. Back when they ain't had no TV and the internet and distractions, he's sitting around trying to analyze people, mind, murderers, and people that steal and have all kind of phobias and stuff. So he coming up under him, trying to outdo and be on his uncle level. So Eric Benet, he was all in the gut. They done brought him to the White House, man. Let me see if they put some of that in his bio. They adopted the man, brought him to the White House. They say, okay, he after graduating at Cornell, he wrote the National Nursery Man's Journal. He worked in New York City produce exchange was his where his father was a grain exporter. He went to Paris and worked for Louis Dreyfus and Company. Okay. By 1912, he returned to New York. I talked about him because the president and the so-called White House adopted his public relations operation. But this man way back in 1912. Okay, here go John D. Rockefeller. Okay, hold on. Rockefeller and Roosevelt. Um, they say a propaganda play that fought for sex education. He created review of reviews, sociological fund committee, successfully solicited the support of such elite figures as J.D. Rockefeller Jr. and Franklin Delano Roosevelt, Eleanor Roosevelt. So this, and then look, that go Vanderbilt. I think that's the dude on the Vanderbilt family was that guy on he the news. What's the guy on CNN? He the head reporter on CNN. His mama is a Vanderbilt, I think. Cooper, some Anderson Cooper or something. See, all these people operate now because the CIA, that CNN is just the CIA news station. See, and he used to work in the CIA. So we still on Casey and these CIA peoples and these people dealing with propaganda and messing with your brain. Okay. And this is what the average people ain't paying attention to. See, the older people know who these folks is. They'll tell you real quick. That's how I learned about William Casey. See, you ain't finna hear about no William Casey from some young person. You ain't even finna hear it from the older Negroes, because they don't even know what the heck was going on. See, I got the information from a freaking Edomite, man. They gonna tell you the real deal, the top secrets. But yeah, look at that. Bernays referred to his work as psychological warfare. This is what people ain't understanding, and this is one of the biggest weapons. When he said in Genesis 27 and 40 that he gonna live by that sword, and in Revelation 6 and 4 that they're gonna have a great sword. That great sword was not just talking about a nuclear weapon and a AK-47 and a fighter jet plane and a battleship with torpedoes on it in a submarine. It's talking about your freaking brain, man. He going and his first declaration. Now, when you go into Genesis, that's all I need to hear right there. Renee tell you that he done went up. There it is. It says after the war, that after the U.S. entered the war, the Committee of Public Information hired Brene to work for its Bureau of Latin American Affairs. So they sent him down there to the Northern Kingdom. You go down there and tell them a bunch of lies. See, do some work on their behind, make them think that they some white peoples and they ain't so-called, the so-called white people. They not no natives. Don't even have them thinking about no native activity. Getting them totally brainwashed. So Bernays will tell you that he came with the psychological warfare. That was his work was all about. His work had nothing to do with trying to help the public with their relationships and all of this crap. That's why everybody eating that nasty, stinking, filthy pig too, because he won helped the pork company, the bacon company, see to make a American breakfast with that stinking behind bacon. But let me pull up this scripture, man. Hold on. Where is my Bible? So I got to take this off the stage. Salakia. Look, I didn't even add the grenade on the stage. Terrible. Um, yeah, let's stop that. See if I can add this thing on the stage. I'm still trying to get used to this this website. Okay, let's get that second Corinthian. Because these people, he specifically told you what was gonna be happening. Let me see if I got this on the stage. Nope. Add that to the stage. All right. Yeah. So Eric Benet, he told you it was psychological warfare, and Casey already told you that he finna the CIA and the FBI and whoever in the government, man, is finna tell you a bold-faced lie, and they want it to be a complete blindness over the American people. And this is what the scriptures say they was gonna do. See, it's not talking about some fallen angel blinding nobody, man. The God of this world, because the Jehovah wickedness to say this is talking about Satan the devil. Yeah, it's talking about Satan the devil, but the Satan the devil is the Edomites, the so-called white men. That's what it's talking about. See, he said in verse 4, in who the God of this world have blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Christ, who is the image of God, should shine unto them. So he wants definitely keep these people occupied in some BS. That's why you got the radio going at all times, absorbing some ignorant mess. They got the internet, the television, the music. See, they watching a movie. They binge watching some stupid movie. You see, they consuming all these drugs. They consuming poison all day. See, he throwing food in their face. He's trying to get dressed, get up out the house, and go consume some poison and a bunch of poisonous food. See, that's why in Ezekiel it say, we gonna be having defiled food in our big captivity, because Ezekiel chapter 4 goes into that. But these people want to blind everybody. Now let me get this in Isaiah too, because Isaiah showed how they gonna be telling major lies, man, and blind everybody. And it say this mountain, which is that mountain. When it talks about a mountain, it's talking about a kingdom, a nation of peoples. Okay, and Isaiah 25:7. Now, real quick, let me see. Okay, I'm doing it right. It says, verse 7, and he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations. So they're gonna blind the whole world. See, it's not talking about, the spirits from heaven is gonna come down and blind everybody. See, you're a bunch of liars, man. Now the Lord used these spirits to control these wicked behind people, but at the same time, they the wicked, man. And these jokers is the one line, and this is how they blinding people through their lies. Eric Benet talking about he using psychological warfare, this propaganda in the White House and all these rich people, the Rockefellers, the Rothschild, the the Roosevelts, the Vanderbilts, who got their grandson up in the CIA and CNN, keep spewing a bunch of lies and distracting people, making false news reports. See, they having all kind of distraction. Let's keep distracting their minds so they don't focus on the Lord. See, now let's get another one. Let me shorten this. It's another one on how they keep telling lies. Now the Peter, I think he's called it science. Or was it Timothy? Yeah, I think it was Timothy. What's that? First Timothy 6:20. Salakia. I want to go straight to the verse. So it's First Timothy 6:20. First Timothy 6:20. It say, "O Timothy, keep that which is committed to your trust. Avoid profane and vain babblings." And that's what that guy Sigmund Freud. He just had a bunch of profane and vain babblings in his concepts, because he want to go against religion, the true knowledge, or go against not religion. He want to go against the Bible, the true knowledge, and he babbling on about this and that. That's all kind of crap that don't matter. Trying to figure out what somebody's thinking, and he don't know. He just asked a bunch of questions, man. It says, "and oppositions of science falsely so called." See, he just want to give all kind of theories and questions about somebody's mind frame, where they was coming from, or why did they do what they did. See, the scriptures tell you why. And let's go ahead and get that. This song Proverbs is going to Proverbs. If they want to try to tell people why they doing this and that, when the Lord got people doing what they doing. It's Proverbs. Let me blow this up. I know how that screen be looking. It says, "Man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way?" See, what's his name? Sigmund Freud and these propaganda people, Eric Benet, his nephew. See, you can't figure out what these people doing, and the Lord just using your behind to expose the rest of your people for being a bunch of liars and a bunch of people that's trying to use mind control and blind people, gaslighting people, telling them um, some crap that's gonna just hypnotize their brain to a lie. Now, so it says, how can a man understand his own way? See, jokers can't understand nothing. Y'all just out here spreading false knowledge. That's what they doing. Try to make it seem like they understand somebody. Now this is Psalm 64. See, in William Casey, this is his ultimate operation. He was sent by the Lord. See, the Lord used his situation, made him confess, or made him threaten. See, these Edomites made him say, "Hey man, I'm finna tell on all y'all behind. Y'all sitting around talking about y'all gonna y'all got a program, so you gonna lie to the people, lie to these Americans, and you trying to lie to them so much and so good that everything they believe is a bold-faced lie. It's totally false, and that's what is going on. They go run up into that schoolhouse and they run up into that Christian church, and they don't get no kind of truth and information. That's why Hosea 4, no Hosea 4 verse 1 said there is no knowledge of God in the land. There's no truth in this freaking land. But here in verse 7 it says, "But God shall shoot at them with an arrow." William Casey is the arrow. William Casey is the arrow that the Lord shot at Abraham. Suddenly shall they be wounded. See, so they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. See, their tongue is, and that show you too that the Lord look at nations as a whole. See, he ain't sitting around talking about, oh, it's an individual, this Edomite over here, and that Edomite, he got nothing to do with it. Nope, you right with your peoples. Don't try to separate now. See, when you got white privilege, so-called white privilege, you want to be that then. See, don't try to separate now. It says, all that see them shall flee away. See, they're going to find out that you go ahead and join hand with these people, and you'll see what's going to happen to you, because the Lord done made all kind of threats. And let's get one of them. He done threatening your behind now. So you go ahead and think you're going to join with these people and see what your end is going to be. Like he said in Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, you're going to be pricked with my words. See, because I tried to warn you and tell you, go hug up under the dragons, the worst of the heathen, the wicked of the earth, the most wickedest nation in the Bible. Go hug up under the people now. Now this is Isaiah. You got to go down to 13. Well, let's start at 14. It's Isaiah 13. Good Lord, man. Let's see, 13 and 14. It says, "And it shall be as a chase roe, as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people." See, flee every, what it say? Flee everyone to his own land. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through. Everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. He wants to join unto the wicked of the earth, the worst of the heathen, these Edomites, the so-called white man. You want to hug up under these people if you want to. Now, King David done say you gonna perish forever, man. That ain't the only place that say they gonna perish forever. Because the people that's running Hollywood and controlling these people. That's why he brought up the Rockefellers with what's the guy with Eric Renee. See, he everybody wanted to be his buddy when he came up with some propaganda and this psychological warfare. Say, oh, he know how to do psychological warfare. Well, let's get him. And his uncle is Sigmund Freud. He know how to psychoanalyze people. He can help us control the people. 'Cause that's what the Rockefellers who created the education system. See, these the people that he was communicating with, giving this psychological warfare. Okay, I think it's Numbers 24. Okay, Numbers 24 and verse 20. See, King David said, man, these lies is gonna perish forever, man. He gonna kick them out of the land of the living. And this Amalek, these are the ones that's in power over all of the worst of the heathen, these small hat peoples over there in that land. It says, and when this is Numbers 24 and 20, and when he looked on Amalek, he took up his parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations. See, they ruling now, and they having a good time. It says, but his latter end shall be that he perish forever. See, they the ones that's gonna get exterminated, sitting around lying to people. See, because let me get how powerful these lies is real quick before I get the other one. Because you know we got to go to Obadiah and put the nail in the coffin. But here in Proverbs 26, or is it 25? Let me see. Said the last verse. They want to tell a bunch of lies, man. There it is. Yep. 26 and 28. Let's blow this up. Let's see how that look real quick. Okay, yep, we're in the right spot. So it says, Proverbs 26 and 28, a lying tongue hateth those that are afflicted by it, and a flattering mouth worketh ruin. So you is uh displaying the ultimate form of hate when you just sitting around telling lies, talking about everything that they believe is gonna be a lie. We gonna know our program has been a total success. See, we distracted these peoples all the way up to the Lord popped up in the sky on their behind like a thief in the night. Bam! Like he born next Friday. No, the Christmas Fridays with Mike Epps and Ice Cube. So you gonna pop up with the flashlight like a thief in the night on your mind. See, I caught you red-handed. Because you ain't know what was going on until the Lord popped up on your behind. See all kind of UFOs in the sky, and the Lord beaming people up. Say, oh man, I've been lied to this whole time. Yep, because you want to run up under your slave master, man. You want to believe these people's in the news, see the governors and these education peoples. Oh, you go to school and get an education. Okay, go and get that education. What was the Rockefeller? See, this is why Rockefeller said what he said. And I'm gonna get that quote too. But that go hand in hand with what William Casey was saying. Rockefeller, he say, man, the school education is nothing, man. But real quick, this say a lion tongue hated those that afflicted by it. Okay. Now I want to get this 26 to show you this is what Esau do. 26 and 25, it says, when he speak fair, believe him not. See, he always trying to tell you something good when it's really rotten. For there are 7 abominations in his heart. See, you go in that grocery store and he got all that produce looking all good and shiny, man. They don't put all kind of stuff in that food and on the food. See, they don't spray it with all kind of stuff, and they can't even go where the food is. They got to spread, let it sit for days. See, before they can go back and get the food and put it back in the the stuff that they're gonna transport it with. See, so what did you spraying all this poison on this food for, man? Talking about a pesticide and all this the pests. We don't care if they don't eat the food before you get it. See, we don't give a can. We don't care. Just give us the food. Pick the food and give it to us. Don't spray it with all this poison, man. So you can't trust these people. They'll tell you anything. Now, let's get this what's the name quote? I'm trying to think, huh? I'm gonna get this. Oh, okay. He quoted something talking about the Bible. But real quick, let me look it up before I put it on the stage. Yeah, he um Roosevelt, he killed that education system because he already was probably hearing about Eric Benet and the Rockefellers sitting around planning on lying to these people because he the president, so he probably know what was going on. Okay, let's see where I can get it. Um, Teaching and the Bible are so important to our whole civic social life possible to figure ourselves what the life would be in the teaching and move. No, that ain't what I wanted. And see, you got a Teddy Theodore Roosevelt and you got a Teddy Roosevelt. So there's two different people. Okay, now let's get rid of. Oh, I gotta go back up. So Lockie, let me pull this up real quick. 'Cause I want this quote. This is I want the rich Roosevelt too because it's they so much alike. I don't know the difference. Roosevelt College quote. Okay, where we at? Here we go. Yeah, pull that up. I say bring that out. Okay, now let me share that to the screen. Okay, boom. Give me a second. Let me put this on the screen. This is the quote that exposed these people, boy, because you know what's going on, quoting stuff like that. Which one would it be? Got to be this one. Yep, bam. Hold on, let me make sure it's on the stage now. Put it on the stage. There we go. We can see. So it says a thorough knowledge of the Bible is worth more than a college education. See, get you some education, go to the school. See, they gonna teach you everything. So they gonna teach you a lot. They gonna give you that psychological warfare on your brain and brainwash your behind. You ain't gonna know what's going on. You thinking Babylon finna last. See, and you following these people, and you finna find out and have a rude awakening. So he was dealing with the Brene dude, cause Sigmund Freud he had already been out of there, man. He ain't talk. He wasn't doing too much. But see, his nephew, his sister's son, sitting around talking about propaganda. Oh, I'm gonna come up with this propaganda, and we can have public relations. And he writing all kind of books. You put Eric Benet, and even in his old age, he got all kind of books and he was the consultant. They paying this man money now. He was consulting the government. Yeah, he retired. Oh, he's retired. He's not. He don't got no official status, but he consulting them the whole time. See, and he writing all kind of books, and he got them deep into the education. He deep into all kind of crap with these people, man. And you seen how many different people just went to gravitate to the man. The Vanderbilts, the Rockefellers, and the Roosevelts. Everybody getting trying to see what he talking about. Cause see, that's why he talk about uh, these people as a nation. Cause they gonna stick together. See, they not gonna say, "Oh, you know how to do psychological warfare." Oh, we don't believe in that. We're a bunch of Christians over here. We believe in white Jesus, the Lord. You a lie. See, they ready to. Oh, we need some of that. Well, let's bring you to the White House. Let's bring you to we need you to go down there to them Northern Kingdom peoples in South America. Go down there and do some things, and we'll call you and let you know what's going on. Now, let's go back to Casey, and I have to pull him back up because I want to get the specific year. When did he pass away? Okay, so not that one. Got to remove that. When did Casey pass away? Let's look at this thing. Okay. When did William Casey pass away? Okay. Add that to the stage. Go back to him. Okay, William Casey. Let me get the overview. He died in 1987. No. Something ain't right here. Oh, he was 74. Okay, he died in 1987. He was 74. So this 74-year-old man, what in the world is he out trying to kayak? And see, I was born. That's when I was coming out. When he went in them early 1980s. See them 80s babies. And what kind of crap was they doing then? Now they bringing out all kind. When he was in the CIA, he was seeing cocaine being pushed. He was seeing them flooding the hood with cocaine, them creating this disease called HIV, trying to find out how to break down your immune system. See, it's another a red dragon whistleblower on that. She was working with a doctor that created the crap, finding out, adding all kind of diseases together to try to break your immune system now. And it's all poison. That's all they doing, just poisoning people, man. Ain't no freaking disease. You just poisoning people, and the people passing poison to each other. Then it say and then that's another one too. That's another part of the propaganda and the mind control. See, you can control your mind can make somebody your mind can make you throw up, man. Get you violently sick. So they can tell you anything. You can tell somebody anything and control their brain. See, this is what people don't understand. They think their mind is just so it's so uh got a defense system. It's undestructible and all this crap. Say no, that mind is super powered. It's powered now, but it ain't undestructible. Somebody, you trust these dragons. See, this is what the truth is so good because it's exposing who you do not supposed to trust. That's Ecclesiastes 12 and 10. Never trust your enemy. And that's in the Apocrypha. That ain't Ecclesiastes. It's Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha. Or Sirach, chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust your enemy because as soon as you trust in him, now he can use his psychological warfare on your behind. and blind you. See, and this is what the people don't understand. They debating. What did you? You can't, man. What is you debating? He telling the bold faced lie. It's not a debate. Once you get into that debate mindset, well, oh, I'm gonna listen to what you. Nope, I'm not even listening to what you saying because you trying to use some Jedi mind trick on me. You trying to use some hypnosis on my behind. What I'm gonna sit up here and listen to you and your explanation? Forget you, man. Timeline. He was born 1913. That's a time the Lord was really dealing with the earth, man. He was waking up them Israelites in Harlem, New York, and he born right there where he waking up the Israelites. He went to uh, Fordham University. Going about 30, the war was popping off when he was graduating all his education. 1938, World War II popping off. So he went and served in World War II, and it ended in 45. So he come out the war, and when did he go into the CIA operation? One of them they gonna get into his how did he die? They gonna keep that a secret. Say role in Iran Contra affair. See them people all over there in Iran, man. All over there. Okay, he was doing Ronald Reagan era. So that's the crack era. But they got all kind of crap going on. And I think the CIA is outside of America, so they the one pushing that crack cocaine. Because if you going into South America, so that's adding a Brunei operation. They sent him to South America. Eric Brunei. You go to South America and set up some stuff down there. The CIA is everything outside of America, so they trying to bring in cocaine. That's probably what he was realizing. So these jokers, man, setting people up from 81 to 87. He's seeing what they doing. See, they trying to lie and tell all kind of lies and brainwash these people and flood the hood with cocaine. They really are attacking these Israelites. That's what they doing. It says, while affiliated with the law firm Rogers and Wells, Casey became Reagan's presidential campaign manager and was subsequently awarded with the directorship of the CIA in 1981. See, for me to focus on this man right here is amazing because I was coming out of the womb, man. See, this is just unavoidable. Coming out of the womb, and crack cocaine was coming out of the womb, and AIDS was coming out of the womb. See, I know that date like nobody's business. Under his leadership, covert actions increased in such places as Afghanistan, Central America. See, we're gonna focus on this northern kingdom. We're gonna keep them in idolatry, keep them in their gang wars and setting them up with this cocaine and keep them in turmoil. We got to focus on them and we need to focus on these Negroes. See, Angola is some Negroes, some Israelites over there. This is support for various anti-communist insurgent organizations. He was good at in the Iran Contra affair. U.S. weapon. They the one got the sword in which money from the sale was funneled to the Nicaraguan rebels. And that is that where the cocaine was coming from? I'm thinking that might have been where the cocaine was coming from. What it say? U.S. weapons were sold to Iran. The money was given to the peoples. Okay, they was paying them, and I thought something about they was giving them weapons for the cocaine, or something was going on with that cocaine in Nicaragua. But anyway, it said impossible violations of U.S. law. Just before he was to testify, there we go, we're getting into the death now. Just before he was to testify in the Congress on the matter in December 1986, when they came out with that's when Oprah went to making her big splash on the scene. It said he suffered seizures and then underwent brain surgery. He died from nervous system uh, lymphoma without ever testifying. So now they just say the man uh, died of had seizures, and I could have sworn this guy told me the man uh was found in the freaking water. So how did the stories get so confusing on how this man dropped dead? Let's look at that. You see how they be having some false information now. A red dragon. Okay. Uh, Here we go. I'm still on stage with this one. Let's look at it real quick. Yep, that's what I want to see. Let's see if he had it. Okay, so I guess he might have been thinking about somebody else. Yeah, he must have been thinking about somebody else. But the man supposedly just went into seizures, having freaking seizures 3 days. Um, suffered 2 seizures and was hospitalized. Now you know that the CIA know how to make people go into seizures. They saying the man had a freaking tumor and set when he was 73. Remove what the identified related. So they removed the seizure when he was 73. So he was having problems. So he said, man, before I really drop dead, or the Lord said, well, before he dropped dead and I get rid of his behind, let me get him to snitch on these other people. Pneumonia yesterday, and so he died of pneumonia. So that's what the New York Times said. He died of pneumonia. Huh. William K. Look, CIA drug dealing. See, we knew something was going on. That he knew that them folks were flooding the hood. Yep. It says, hold on, let's get some information now. William Casey declared, found freedom in a priceless commodity that depends on constant vigilance to guarantee its longevity. My actions might record as a criminal, condemning countless Americans to drug dependency. I don't care. I stand by my state decision. The tool is cocaine. The trick is to understand that the drug user had a choice. They chose the drug. I choose their habit to finance the democracy that all Americans enjoy. Bill Callby had the spine to carry it out. I take notice of the heroic efforts of Al Quran Bill Clinton, Bill Ward, John Poindexter, Bud McFarlane, and Ollie North. That the Oliver North dude executed this ninth day, December 18, 1986, in McLean, Virginia. The NBC News correspondent Bill Clinton said that there was a trial of millions of dollars in cocaine profits from Mena, and we don't know where it leads. It is a trail that has been blocked by the National Security Council. In what's that? NSC. Money from the CIA drug smuggling operation is known to have been laundered through the BCCI, a massive transnational mega bank set up to launder and convert funds for intelligence and criminal clients. Was involved in arming and funding the Afghani guerrillas, Al Qaeda, as well as transferring illegal funds to Iran, helping to finance Oliver North, Richard Saccharin's huge bankroll at Enterprise. See, this is the crap that these people got going on. Selling cocaine. Affidavit. The man up in the courtroom getting to it. I am aware of Casey's declaration and can state that at this time most of the document can be proven. So somebody done said I can prove what Casey talking about. These people running the whole cocaine operation. And they trying to flood the hood, man. The man gonna die of a seizure. And I don't know why this guy said something about this man was in the boat. He thinking about some other freaking dude that they done knocked off pretty much. But he named all these presidents. Got Bill Clinton in there. I take notice of a heroic efforts. So he trying to say that it was people trying to what stop the situation. Say they were making big time money. A dead man tell no tales. Declared CIA car bombing that killed 8 civilians. Casey believed that the Soviet Union was the source of most terrorist activity in the world, in spite of the CNN analysts providing evidence that it is the fact of black propaganda by the CIA itself. But what the heck is this black propaganda? Boy, Casey was involved in some major stuff. But yeah, I'm about to close it out because this is what these people do. The Lord say He gonna make their tongue fall on their behind. Take that off the Let's get some more on these dragons. Okay. Okay. Because let's go back to this 64 and get the rest of that and really where it started at. Okay. This was some now that we really know what it's talking about too, because you let them tell it, it's talking about anybody. But this ain't just talking about anybody, man. This is verse 2. It say, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, these Edomites, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. See, they flooding, coming in like a flood, like in Isaiah 59 and 19. when the enemy come in like a flood. That's why we say they flooded the hood with crack cocaine. You don't got the Chinaman on the corner scratching and wearing some raggedy clothes with ashy cut up lips. See, talking about what you got for me. You don't see the Arab, the East Indian, and the Hamite African on the corner talking about some freaking crack. This is Isaiah 64:3. It say, who wet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. See, they sitting around trying to use psychological warfare, man. They bringing out these what these rappers, because see, rap hit the scene too heavy in 1981 in the 80s, because now you got crack and they gonna start bragging on what they doing. So let's go get these Negroes that's bragging, man, and promote them in front of everybody. This is Psalm 64:4. It say that they shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. Verse 5, they encourage themselves in an evil manner. See, that's what we can do is we get that cocaine, man. And boy, we get them jokers on that cocaine. It's game over. All these babies that come out in this time, they're gonna be a bunch of crack babies. They consume, they commune of land snares privately. Then them snares is talking about traps. You're gonna set a trap for these people. They say, who shall see them? See, that's CIA. They doing some secret situation, secret intelligence. Say they search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search. And when they part in, cause see my uncle them say they was in the nightclub and people went to pulling out the cocaine. They didn't know where the cocaine was from. They didn't know nothing about no cocaine and no crack. And they was freebasing. So they didn't know nothing about what it was gonna do to you. They just say people doing it. They already drinking, looking, and smoking cigarette. So they don't think nothing amazing finna go down. You see, and they done flooded the situation so fast. They done hit the scene so fast, you ain't got no time. Just like when they put the poison in people's veins with that needle. See, they didn't have time to research this thing and see what it's gonna do to you, how the effects gonna be. They pushing it. Oh, it's a flying worm in the air. See, let's use some mind control on they behind some. Let's use some propaganda, psychological warfare, and tell them it's flying bugs all in the air, and they better put a mask on, or they gonna get sick. And we got some poison for them. Tell them to put this in their vein, so they won't have to worry about these flying bugs. See, and once you tell some people that, man, see, if they trust you and you telling them, oh, the science is backing it up. Go to the Walmart and the Walgreens and the CVS and put that poison in your vein. There's bugs in the air. See, you gonna believe these dragons, and then you out of there. So the same thing with the crack. Them people didn't know what was in them, what that cocaine was doing, and they know the crack when they turned it into crack. You start smoking it. They didn't know the addictive situation, and now they finished. And the children, crack babies, fiending for the same drug. It say both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. See, they did deep research on that crack because Ricky Ross, he tried to act like he the one who created the crack. But see, you ain't got no evidence on that. See, he just running his mouth. You working with the CIA and with all of these durham dragons. So who gonna believe what you running your mouth about? Then you come out of jail with all this money and all this crap multiple times. We don't trust nothing you really got to say. Them dragons probably in the laboratory working on and let's get that while we talking about they trying to set people up. And look who they like to use when they setting the Israelites up. They ain't just setting anybody, because if you see who on the corner strung out looking a hot darn mess and who children looking a mess after them. Um let's get this is in Jeremiah. See, and we always had this problem when it came to our people. Is how they say, follow the leader. It's always somebody leading somebody to some ignorant mess. This is Jeremiah 5:26. It say, for among my people are found wicked men. They lay wait as he that sets snares, they set a trap. They catch men. See, this is what Ricky Ross, he talking about, hey man, I was working with them and then they gave me the dope and I went and put baking soda with it. And once I put the baking soda with it, because I didn't want to carry, it was easy to transport and carry. So I broke it down and put it with the baking soda. Say, man, you talking all that noise. We don't really believe you, man. See, them folks done sat around and thought how they gonna make it stronger and make a stronger a drug and just hand it to your behind, man. But anyhow, these are the traps that these people set, and they set up these wicked behind Negroes to help them with their trap. Go out there, like on the movie Black Panther, not Black Panther, but it's called Panther. The movie Panther, they had Ezel. He was playing in the movie. The one played on not House Party. He played on Friday, the first Friday. Talking about he fell in the stove and he was caught smoking, using the bathroom on the side of the house. He up in the movie talking about something. Yeah, man, these Black Panthers, they taking over everything. And the police say, hey, man, we'll look out for you. You set them up for us. So he done teamed up with the police to set these Negroes up because he mad and jealous that they trying to shut him down, you see, and tell him to start selling dope to his people. And he done shot one of the dudes and everything. So this is the kind of stuff they do. They get informers, the CIA, the main one that had them informers, or what however you call it, the snitches, to the Judases and the traitors to team up with them to try to set up the so-called Black Panthers, the Israelites, and they was uniting and protesting against this system right along with the Spanish and Hispanic, who they call a language, the Northern Kingdom Israelites. Let's get some of their own people to set they behind up. See, and this the psychological warfare they use on people, man. And Casey is the supreme example. We gonna get somebody to set them up, and it's a prime example to show people you can't trust these people. Let's get another one real quick. 'Cause who is warning these people? Ain't nobody warning them but the Israelite. We tell them not to trust this system and not to trust this man. It's Isaiah 56. Do not trust these people. But when they was trying to put that poison in the veins, where was these people? They was on the news helping them. See, you had the pastor on there, he in the chair, and he sitting there. I'm gonna be a prime example for you Negroes. Come on up here and let them put that poison in your vein. See, she got the needle. She gonna stick me. See, I ain't dropped dead. See, they ain't trying to warn the people that this man is not to be trusted. I don't care what he talking about, a freaking flying bug. Get the heck out of here, man. A germ theory. You is a germ. This Isaiah 56:10, it said his watchmen are blind. They are all ignorant. They are all dumb dogs. They cannot bark, sleeping, lying down, loving to slumber. And some of these Israelite groups was doing the same thing. Going up there and yeah, he the devil, but you can go ahead and trust this situation. You trust him any other time. See, you're doing drugs and you're doing this and you're doing that. You're eating this food. See, they're gonna try to equate it with everything in the world. See, you trusting them any other time. Go ahead and trust them this time. Let them put the poison in your vein. See, you don't know what the concoction he done concocted up. And that's what the pharmacy and all that crap is anyway. That's Revelation 10. He say no, Revelation 18 and 23. Revelation 18 and 23. I'm talking about the great men deceive them with the darn poison, with this so-called medicine that they throwing at people. That you just serving out poison, man. You ain't proved nothing, and you can't cure nothing. So you can't make the claim that you're gonna cure somebody. Oh, it's just a treatment. It's therapy. Okay, yeah, you're gonna treat somebody to their grave. But it said these fake pork chop eating pastors cannot bark. They sleep, they lie down, they love to slumber. Say, yeah, they are all greedy dogs, which can never have enough. They are shepherds that cannot understand. See, they can't understand that you don't trust these people. Oh, you go to Romans 13 and say that the government is controlled by the Lord, so you got to do what they say. Say you a Romans 13 lie. Say they all look to their own way, everyone for his gain and from his quarter. And this is going to boil down to Revelation 13. Let me get that before I close out. It's all going to boil down to Revelation 13. And Revelation 13 is going to expose who the beast is too, because it's all kind of debates on who is the beast. So the Lord said, I got something for you. When you gonna realize who this beast is, because he gonna do something. See, everybody ain't gonna be able to. All these people that you saying is the beast is not gonna be able to do what he gonna do. See, he gonna do something major. This is a Revelation 13 and 15. It say, and he had power to give life to the image of the beast. See, everybody ain't gonna have that type of power. That the image of the beast shall both speak and and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast shall be killed. So he ain't gonna have power to kill you. See, ain't gonna be. See, they trying to say it's a man. See, no one man ain't gonna be able to rise up in the world and have power to kill all people. It's not gonna happen. This is a military. See, a military can stand up. That ain't one man. A government that got a military. They got police that can round your behind up. This is Revelation 13 and 16, and he calls all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. So he gonna cause all. You got to have world power, which America got a global dollar. See, and they gonna hand the rulership over to the rulers very soon. Cause these so-called governors and presidents, they not the king. See, they better they getting a paycheck to let you know that they not no freaking king, man. See, there's people in the world don't get no paycheck. They not worried about, oh, somebody, I'm waiting on my check. You know, when I get this check, then I'm gonna shoot you your money. See, no, there's people in the world that ain't dealing with that. See, verse 17 it says, and no man might buy or sell, save he had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So you're not gonna be able to go in these people's store because it's not gonna be uh talking about no one person. It's not the Vatican. They'll try to talk about the Vatican. It's not the land of Israel. It's not no location. The Edomites is everywhere. They've got 10 kings. That ain't just one king, one person. 10 kingdoms, and that 10 kingdom is not in just one um continent. They over here in America, they over there in Europe, they over Eurasia, because that ain't no Europe. They over there in Asia, West Asia, East Asia, North, South. They're everywhere. See, and they the ruling nation, and they gonna come out and unite, and they gonna cause your behind to go up in there and try to survive. See, and that's what's gonna be on these people's mind. I'm gonna survive, and I got to trust Master. The Lord, y'all talking about this God in the sky and this sky daddy. See, a wicked behind Negro sit up and talk about a sky daddy. Oh, you talking about a sky daddy? Ain't nobody coming to save you, man. Y'all keep talking about the white man and this and that. Ain't nobody coming to save you. You need to go get a job. Do what he say. You need to go out there and serve that man and stop complaining. Just go and serve him and stop complaining. Say people in that type of mindset, wait till he show his true color. See, then they gonna not know what to do. See, the Lord done gave us the glasses so we can see. Cause they don't blinded these people. They so blind, it's ridiculous, man. They thinking they Egyptians, and it was a bunch of Africans over there, and they was being sold from different places. Well, okay, the Israelites could have had many different families on the west coast of Africa. Just because they got different names don't mean nothing, man. These people is ridiculous. But I'm gonna leave it there. I just want to bring out this grand finale. It's gonna be a grand finale on if you trust these people because they want to blind everybody. They want to tell you bold faced lies, and they gonna come up with all kind of excuses. Yeah, we need you to take this and put this in your body because all these diseases is out here, and all of these thieves is trying to steal your identity and kidnap you, and you really need this thing. They gonna promote that thing like nobody's business. So they gonna promote it, tell you the benefit, because this is what 14. Let's jump back up to 14 real quick. What we talking about benefits? Say, and to see them that dwell upon the earth by means of those miracles. So they're gonna tell you the benefit. Oh, it's gonna benefit your life. Then they're gonna after they tell you the benefit, then they're gonna tell you verse 15. If you don't do this, we gonna kick your behind. We gonna kill you, man. You gonna get all kind of stuff. Cause some people they're gonna say, forget your benefit. We don't care about your benefit. Nigga say, you don't care about the benefit, huh? Well, guess what? We got a guillotine for your head, man. Talk about you don't care about the benefit. Don't you not know we got a military that'll kill your behind, man? We got weapons that'll get you. And this is what the people ain't realizing. They focusing on debating and all this crap about a Jew and a Gentile. Shut up. Ain't no Israelites gonna do anything to you. You need to find out who the wicked is and who is gonna try to kill your behind. See, this is what he said in Ezekiel 3:17, I think. We warning the house of Israel. We really don't care about these other folks because ain't nothing you can do anyway. We warn the house of Israel. You trust these dragons if you want. See, but I'm gonna leave it there. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah, Ba'Shem Kakadash. Love on to the elders pushing the truth. Peace of the elect worldwide. Our kingdom is at hand. Uh, and the elect is the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, descendants of slaves scattered around the globe on slave ships and through many captivities. Our kingdom is at hand. Shalom.